Hey everyone, Joshua Kirk here with you once again, and I know it's been a little while, but now I'm finally on to part 2 of my vinyl collection as of this year, 2016. You know, it's grown quite a bit in the last couple of years, and also I recently went to State College for a vacation, and went to this record store called the Music Underground. Picked up a couple new records at that store, like one, cause I picked up one one day, and the other I picked up one the second day I was there, and another one like the third day I was in State College. Yeah. In which I'll show those records in a later video. But anyway, we're here with more B's here. I have a few Black Keys albums on vinyl. This is one that I've shown you before in a review. The Black Keys Rubber Factory. Man, love this record. Easily my favorite Black Keys record, alongside Thick Freakness and that amazing EP of Junior Kimbrough covers that came out in 2006. This is their second release for Fat Possum Records, the indie label. That's what the vinyl looks like. Got a lyric sheet with handwritten lyrics, probably written by Dan Auerbach. And yeah, there's like a download card in here and stuff like that. Picked this up at Barnes & Noble, a local one that's in Bowie, Maryland, because I actually sell vinyl now. Yeah. And also, for good measure, I also have Brothers, which is pretty much their commercial breakthrough record. This is the one with Tighten Up and Howlin' For You, and and Everlasting Light. Really like that one. 10 Cent Pistol, stuff like that. Yeah, so some good songs on this. Although they went in a more kind of R&B kind of direction with this record than they did the more garage rock thing. But still, some good tracks on this album. Sounds great and it sounds good on vinyl too. And also, it comes with a poster, like a giant poster. There's the band, and here you have the lyrics in here. Yep. Yeah. Gigantic. Whew. And of course there's two vinyls in here, and this is what it looks like. It's a silver color, kind of like how I found that the CD, I originally owned this on CD, and I actually found, and the cool thing is that the CD actually, it starts out black, but when you play it, it like turns white. I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Hailed by many critics as one of the best albums of 2010. And while I'm not as crazy about it as maybe the critics are, I still enjoy this album. Yeah. Picked this one up at Barnes & Noble too. And the other Black Keys vinyl that I have, unfortunately, this is an album that I don't really like, but I do have it. I bought it at Off the Record in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Yeah, it was like a record store, because actually, I kind of was drawn to this album initially, but, you know, as I got older and developed a more wide kind of music taste, I've kind of tired of this record and decided I don't really like it that much. turn blue. Yeah, this record, to me, is probably the Black Keys' most underwhelming album. I mean, I love the first track, Weed of Love, but other than that, they kind of overdid it with the keyboards, and the songwriting isn't really that great. And also the falsetto vocals can get a little obnoxious, from Dan Auerbach. Yeah. Yeah, it does come with a poster, and yeah, the artwork's cool and all, but the album itself, to me sounds like kind of, generic, kind of, it just sounds really, the Black Keys just sound a little too commercial now. Like the song Fever, seriously sounds like something that could have been played in a Nissan commercial. But, yeah. What are you gonna do? Happens. Well, this next one that I have is a pretty special vinyl. It's actually a test pressing. I got it from the very kind folks at Bloodshot Records, which is sort of an all-country, folky, Americana sort of independent label from Chicago. This is a test pressing of the latest Cory Branan album. I don't know if it's the latest, but it's been out for a couple of years. Now, this is a test pressing of Cory Branan's The No-Hit Wonder. I have listened to this album. I have it on CD. They actually gave me a CD copy of it as well, and I think it's a great album. Cory Branan's a great songwriter. Definitely recommend you check out his stuff. Check out The Hell You Say. Great album. This is side A, and side B, I was lucky enough to get this, test pressing from some people that are very supportive of me. So yeah. I have a few Bright Eyes albums. Of course, I've reviewed a Bright Eyes album before. I reviewed Wide Awake It's Morning a few years ago. Still like that record. Although I think some of the records that I'm going to show you here, I think may beat it a little bit. But here, this is Letting Off the Happiness. I did show this like back in 2013 when I originally did my vinyl collection then. And still in my collection. Great album. A little more lo-fi, This album sort of has the same kind of grainy sort of lo-fi recording as like, the first Bright Eyes album, which was like a collection of songs recorded by Conor Oberst back in like 95, 96, 97, although I know it is a bit embarrassing. But this LP is fantastic. The songwriting on this thing is phenomenal. Yeah, anyway, that's what the vinyl looks like. Yeah, like this is the second full-length Bright Eyes album. And here's, we got lyric sheets, people. And then there's like the credits. And what I like about the credits is how they're actually told from Conor's own point of view, pretty much, if you look very closely. This is the 2012 reissue from Saddle Creek, the label that Bright Eyes has always been on. Yep, so like some very just heartbreaking and raw sort of emo and like indie folk kind of pieces on here. Oh, and then there's like a Saddle Creek catalog and stuff like that. Yeah, like the entire catalog and new releases and stuff like that. Just putting this thing back together. Yep. Yep. And put this back in here. Okay. And this is an album that I know lots of critics have said a lot of nice things about, and probably a bunch of fans of Bright Eyes have said a bunch of nice things about this. This is really the epic sort of installment in their discography, or in like this project's discography, because it's technically a solo project with Conor Oberst. But anyway, I got Lifted. It's a long title, but it's Lifted, or The Story is in the Soil, Keep Your Ear to the Ground. Really great album. You know, it makes sense that, you know, the vinyl is kind of a big record with like 2 vinyls in it, and it's like very heavy. Makes sense, because this is a very long, very just ambitious, very cinematic sort of record with some great songwriting, and yeah, I love this album. As you can see, those are like the lyrics and liner notes and some artwork, and yeah, this thing is massive. Yeah, here's side 1, and side 2, and this album, along with Letting Off the Happiness, the vinyl actually came with like a CD, a bonus CD of the album, so you could listen to this in the car, which I thought was pretty nice, since I, you know, have a lot of time away from my turntable, actually, you know. And then there's the other vinyl. Yeah. So yeah, definitely check out this record, you know, if you like, you know, like that kind of, you know, that more raw side of like emo. And also, I do also have, this is actually like a compilation record of like rarities and B-sides and stuff like that, but this is Noise Floor rarities from like 94 to 96. Of course, you know, this record isn't necessarily meant to be listened to in full. It's really just a collection of B-sides, but there are some great tracks on here, you know, still. Like, this has Trees Get Wheeled Away on it, which I do think is a good song, and Drunk Kid Catholic and stuff like that on it. And there's like a gigantic booklet, lyrics, and notes about the songs. Oh, yeah. And yeah, there you go. And then there's side A, then side B. Okay. And then, of course, here's the other record. Here. Okay. And yeah, that's my few Bright Eyes records. Also, this is one that I've reviewed before. This is Matt Costa, Mobile Chateau. Pretty good album. I know, you know, there are some fans of his music that, you know, said his record was kind of overproduced, and I don't know why, because he, like, self-produced this thing, and to be honest, not really a huge fan of his music. You know, not the biggest fan of, like, the stuff before this record, but still, I think this record is pretty enjoyable, and as an indie fan, it kind of appealed to me. And yeah, show you the sleeve. And these are the lyrics on there. And what's cool is the color of this vinyl. It's like a red splatter kind of vinyl, which I think is really cool. Color vinyl is really cool to have. Not that I absolutely have to have it or anything like that, but I know it's cool to get some colored vinyl. Yeah, this album sounds actually pretty good on vinyl. And I bought this at Off the Record in Hanover, Pennsylvania, and all the Bright Eyes albums that I just showed you, I got all 3 of them from Ka-Chunk, my local record store, which is in Annapolis, Maryland. Yeah, and yeah, so that's the only C I have. Now we're getting into the D's here. I have a couple of Cab For Cutie records on vinyl. I have this is their debut album, Something About Airplanes, which, you know, pretty solid debut from this band. It's the one with songs like President of What, Champagne from a Paper Cup, and Your Bruise, Bend to Squares, the Face at Launch, 1000 Shits. Basically, what I do know about this record is that actually, like most of the album are like original songs that Ben Gibbard, the frontman of this group, had recorded as demos on a little cassette tape called You Can Play These Songs with Chords, which eventually got re-released by Barsuck in 2002 with a bunch of extra demos and stuff like that. Pretty much the only new recordings. Pretty much the only so they were just re-recorded with this full band on here, and the only 2 new songs were Bend to Squares and Your Bruise, and The Face of Launch, 1000 Shits was another one that was recorded as a demo, but it's actually a cover of a Jill Choate song, actually, which I don't know a whole lot about him. And actually, this is like a little bit of wax paper that is on this that is supposed to look like an ocean, since there's that boat there on the cover of the record, or a kayak or something like that. And then these are the lyrics. Yeah, this is the reissue copy of the album released by Barsuck. I got this at a record store in Richmond, Virginia. I actually don't remember the name of the store, but yeah, that's where I bought it. But yeah, showing you both sides of the vinyl. Yeah. Well, yeah, I've reviewed Cab For Cutie a couple of times on here. Reviewed the photo album and Plans, which I still do like. Which I still do like those records. Okay. Yeah, we still have plenty of time left on that camera. And this next one I bought at a record store that actually used to be in Philly, but actually closed not long ago. The store was called AKA Music, but about a year ago when I went to Philly, I bought this vinyl there. It's one of my favorite Cab For Cutie records that I highly recommend you check this thing out if you can. We have the facts and we're voting yes. Dang. This album is fantastic. I mean, like, some of Ben Gibbard's best songwriting is on this record, and like the production on this album's still pretty lo-fi, like it is on Something About Airplanes, but it's done much more in a much more crisper way. Pretty much, the recording's a little more consistent on this. What's cool is that some of the colors that you see on there, actually, it's come from the paper, this little sheet here, and then there's the lyrics on there, and another reissue from Barsuck. Hope maybe I'll get the photo album on vinyl sometime, because love that album. Easily my favorite Cab For Cutie record. This one definitely is another one that's up there, along with Transatlanticism, of course, the one everybody hails as their best album. Okay, and even when the band signed with Atlantic, all of their vinyl records are still released by Barsuck, the indie label they used to be on before signing a deal with that major label. And I got some Dr. Dog. Gotta have the dog in here. We're almost running out of time there, so I'll try to, speed up a little bit. I have We All Belong. I bought this at a Dr. Dog show at the 930 Club in DC. It was a great show. It was around the time their first live album came out, which I do have that. I'll show that in a little bit. But this is a really, really good album. Like, definitely one of my favorite Dr. Dog records. That's what the vinyl looks like. I don't know if this is an original print or if this is a repressing of it, released on Park the Van. Okay. And then we got Easy Beat, which is their first album to be released on a label which, they've been on Park the Van for a few years. Now they're signed to a real heavyweight in indie labels, Anti Records, which is like a sister label of Epitaph. Yep. What the vinyl looks like. Yep. So yeah, I also got the Wild Race EP, which came out in 2012. By the way, Easy Beat is a great album. Dr. Dog, in my opinion, has never put out a bad album. I don't know, not really sure why. They never put out a bad record, in my opinion. Pretty good EP, recorded during the same sessions as Be the Void, which I reviewed a few years ago. Which wasn't their best LP, but still had some good tracks on it. Yeah, this is the first vinyl I ever got at Ka-Chunk, for those of you who didn't know. Yep. I guess we're probably gonna have to stop there for that video of my vinyl collection. So yeah, I'll see you for part 3, but I'm pretty sure my next video will be another album review, so just stay tuned for that.